Attraction has been a subject of fascination and inquiry for centuries. What makes one person irresistible? What are the invisible threads that bind us to another? In this chapter, we will explore the biology behind attraction, delving into the science that underpins those initial feelings of interest and desire. Research suggests that attraction is strongly influenced by biological factors. Consider the role of pheromones, those tiny chemicals we emit that send signals to others, often without our conscious awareness. A study published in the journal Nature revealed that individuals can identify potential partners through scent alone, suggesting that our bodies are constantly communicating through these invisible cues. But pheromones are only the tip of the iceberg in understanding attraction. Another vital factor is evolutionary psychology. The concept proposes that our attraction to others is primarily guided by evolutionary needs. For instance, traits associated with health and fertility, such as clear skin, bright eyes, and symmetrical features, tend to attract attention. The reasoning? These traits signal a potential mate's genetic quality, which is vital for the survival of future offspring. Studies have corroborated this idea. Research led by Dr. Thea van de Laar revealed that women's menstrual cycles could actually influence their preferences, swinging between more masculine features when they are most fertile. But let's not forget the role of personality traits in attraction. Studies show that characteristics such as kindness, intelligence, and humor can elevate one's attractiveness. People are often drawn to those who exhibit warmth and provide an emotional connection. Psychologist Richard Wiseman found that people rated kindness as the most desirable trait in a partner, even over physical appearance. This highlights an essential truth about attraction: it's not solely about looks, it's about connection, compatibility, and the ability to build a bond with another individual. This chapter reveals that attraction is a complex blend of biological wiring and personal preferences. As we continue, we'll dive deeper into how societal norms and cultural factors shape our understanding of beauty and desirability, exposing the next layer of the attraction puzzle. In this chapter, we turn our focus to the societal frameworks that shape our perceptions of attraction. From early childhood, we acquire ideas about beauty and desirability through media, cultural norms, and even peer influences. Let's start with media portrayal. Research shows that media representations significantly impact our standards of beauty. In a landmark study, Dr. Rebecca Pull found that exposure to thin ideals in advertisements correlated with body dissatisfaction among women. This dissatisfaction can lead to a skewed perception of self-worth, which in turn affects attraction. A person conditioned to believe they must conform to specific beauty standards may struggle to recognize their own worth and attract partners who appreciate them for who they are. Moreover, cultural backgrounds play a pivotal role. What is deemed beautiful in one culture may differ drastically in another. For instance, in some cultures, body weight symbolizes wealth and prosperity, while in others, a lean physique is celebrated. This intersection of culture and attraction can create paradoxes and conflicts as individuals navigate their desires within these frameworks. Take the example of the concept of mate value. In some societies, factors such as education and social status may heavily influence attraction. A study published in the journal Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin found that individuals often equate social standing with desirability, leading to the phenomenon of social comparison. This dynamic can perpetuate a unique pressure to conform to societal expectations, which can detract from authentic self-expression. Such pressures can lead to superficial attraction, where individuals prioritize status or appearance over genuine connection. This becomes increasingly evident in the modern dating landscape dominated by apps and social media, where swiping based on images can overshadow the depth of personality. However, some cultures emphasize inner qualities and character traits over appearance. In Japan, for example, the concept of a mei reflects a deep dependency and need for a nurturing partner, shifting the focus from physical traits to emotional capabilities. Understanding these cultural nuances enriches our grasp of attraction. With the media's powerful influence and the weight of cultural expectations, we see a complex dance between societal pressures and personal desires. In our next chapter, we will explore the impact of personal experiences, how they shape not just our attraction but our capacity for love and intimacy. As we delve deeper into the psychology of attraction, we must address the significance of personal experiences. Each of us carries our unique history, impacting our desires, preferences, and even our capacity to form connections. Our formative years significantly influence our future relationships. Children who grow up witnessing healthy, loving relationships often develop secure attachments, making them more open to experiencing love themselves. Conversely, those exposed to conflict or neglect may find it challenging to trust others or feel worthy of love. Research by psychologist Mary Ainsworth substantiates this, showing how attachment styles formed in childhood carry into adulthood. Consider the concept of emotional availability, which significantly influences attraction. Emotional availability refers to how open and receptive a person is to forming connections. Those who have overcome challenges or traumas often possess a richer emotional palette, which can enhance their attractiveness. A powerful testimony comes from Jane, a woman who shared her journey of healing after a painful breakup. She discovered that by working on her emotional wounds, she improved her relationships, attracting partners who aligned with her new mindset. Moreover, past relationships shape our preferences. Positive experiences can reinforce certain traits, while negative ones can create aversions. For example, a person who has been hurt by a partner who was untrustworthy may subconsciously gravitate towards partners who showcase transparency and honesty. Moreover, experiences of rejection can linger and shape attraction patterns. Psychological studies show that rejection can lead to a heightened sensitivity in perceiving attraction cues. This sensitivity may produce a cycle of attraction that is both thrilling and daunting. As we navigate our own paths of attraction, we also need to consider how empathy and vulnerability can enhance our connections. When individuals share their personal stories, they create an avenue for deeper emotional connections, making them more attractive to potential partners. This chapter emphasizes how personal experiences form the bedrock of our attraction to others. In the next chapter, we will analyze real-life case studies that highlight the dynamics of attraction in various contexts. To further understand the dynamics of attraction, we can explore various case studies that illustrate the psychological principles at play. These real-life stories reveal how attraction manifests in diverse settings, providing insights that resonate with our personal experiences. One of the most notable examples is the love story of a couple who met through mutual interests in a shared hobby. Emily and Jake met at a local pottery class, where they quickly discovered a mutual passion for creativity. Their connection blossomed as they spent time together, illustrating how shared interests can profoundly enhance attraction. They were able to communicate openly, fostering emotional intimacy that transformed their relationship into a lasting partnership. Furthermore, let's consider the phenomenon of opposites attract. A fascinating case study features Lisa and Tom, who are complete opposites, Lisa being an introverted artist and Tom a charismatic salesman. Initially, their differences created friction, but as they navigated their worlds together, they discovered an attraction rooted in curiosity and admiration for each other's qualities. This case illuminates the idea that complementary traits can enhance attraction, leading to growth and learning in the relationship. Another intriguing case is that of Sarah and Dan, who faced societal judgment due to their interracial relationship. Despite external pressures, their powerful emotional bond ultimately prevailed. Researchers highlighted how their shared challenges forged a stronger connection, emphasizing that resilience in adversity can deepen attraction. Moreover, the role of timing cannot be understated. Consider the case of Amanda and Jason, who met in high school but only became a couple years later when they were both ready for commitment. Their story emphasizes how personal readiness and life circumstances can shape attraction, highlighting that sometimes the right connection isn't about who you meet but when. These case studies illustrate that attraction isn't just a simple equation, it's a nuanced interplay of personal stories, external pressures, and emotional connections. In the next chapter, we will discuss the psychological tricks you can apply to enhance your attractiveness and foster healthier relationships. As we wrap up the first half of our exploration into the psychology of attraction, we arrive at practical insights on enhancing appeal and building more meaningful relationships. Understanding the elements that contribute to attraction can empower you to navigate your connections more effectively. One of the most effective strategies is to cultivate self-confidence. Studies show that people who exude confidence are often perceived as more attractive. But confidence isn't an innate trait, it can be developed. Begin by acknowledging your positive attributes and accomplishments, allowing yourself to embrace who you are. This self-acceptance is a key ingredient in attracting others. Another psychological trick involves active listening. Engaging in conversations with genuine interest and empathy can enhance your attractiveness tremendously. When someone feels heard, it fosters a bond that can enhance the attraction. So, practice asking open-ended questions and offering your undivided attention during discussions. This simple act of engagement can make a world of difference. Consider also the power of shared experiences. Engaging in activities together, such as attending events or taking classes, can deepen the emotional connection and increase attraction. When we create memories together, we forge bonds that can make the relationship more robust. Moreover, utilize humor to build rapport. Laughter releases endorphins, our brain's feel-good chemicals, and is often described as a common language. By sharing humor with someone, you establish a unique connection that heightens attraction. Finally, don't underestimate the impact of grooming and presentation. While we emphasize inner qualities, taking care of your appearance also plays a role. Studies indicate that individuals who invest time in their grooming and attire tend to receive more positive attention. This doesn't mean altering who you are but rather presenting your authentic self in the best way possible. In conclusion, enhancing attraction is about understanding both yourself and others. By applying these psychological strategies, you can maximize your appeal and foster healthier relationships. As we move to the next chapters, we'll delve deeper into the intricate interplay of attraction, exploring how external circumstances and emotional readiness can further influence our connections. When we talk about attraction, it's easy to think about it as just a series of emotions or feelings. But the truth is, the neuroscience of attraction is a complex web of chemicals and brain activities. At the very core of this process lies the brain's reward system, which is responsible for our feelings of pleasure and reinforcement. When someone is attracted to another person, their brain releases a cocktail of neurotransmitters. Dopamine, the feel-good chemical, shoots through the system, creating that euphoric sensation of love at first sight. According to a study conducted by Helen Fisher, a biological anthropologist, the brain imaging of people who are in love shows increased activity in the caudate nucleus and the ventral tegmental area. These areas are crucial in the reward system and can become hyperactive when someone finds another person attractive. But it doesn't stop there. Oxytocin, often dubbed the cuddle hormone, plays a crucial role in forming bonds and deepening attraction. This hormone is released during intimate moments, which further deepens emotional connections. A study published in the journal Biological Psychiatry indicates that oxytocin levels are significantly higher among couples who report being in a loving relationship. Interestingly, the role of serotonin cannot be overlooked either. When you feel infatuated, serotonin levels drop, which can lead to obsession-like behaviors. This drop can initiate a cycle of highs and lows, which some researchers argue is essential to romantic attraction. So, what does all this mean? Understanding the neuroscience behind attraction doesn't only illuminate our experiences but can also help us navigate our relationships. Awareness of these chemicals can empower us to make better choices in love. For example, knowing that infatuation can skew our judgment allows us to take a step back and evaluate our feelings rationally. As we delve deeper into the neuroscience of attraction, we uncover its powerful implications. It leads us into our next chapter, where we explore the impact of technology on attraction and relationships today. How has technology transformed the ways we connect and form bonds? In this digital age, our approach to attraction has dramatically shifted. The role of technology in forming connections cannot be underestimated. Gone are the days of chance encounters and heartfelt letters. Today, swipes and clicks dictate much of our romantic engagements. According to Statista, as of 2023, around 44% of Americans are using online dating platforms. This statistic reflects a massive cultural shift in how we view relationships and attraction. Online dating allows individuals to reach potential partners beyond their immediate social circle. But while this provides more options, it also creates a paradox. Too many choices can lead to decision fatigue. Dating apps often utilize complex algorithms designed to match users based on preferences, interests, and location. While convenient, these systems can also introduce biases based on superficial elements. Many users find themselves scrolling through profiles, drawn to photographs more than personalities, which can distort genuine attraction. Research shows that first impressions are formed very quickly. A study by Princeton University revealed that it takes only a tenth of a second to form an impression based on a photograph. This rapid assessment can lead to superficial judgments, where deeper qualities often get overlooked. Moreover, the rise of social media has created new dynamics in how attraction evolves. Platforms like Instagram and Snapchat allow us to present curated versions of ourselves, which can enhance or complicate attraction. The constant visibility creates a pressure to maintain an ideal image, leading to issues such as anxiety and insecurity. However, technology doesn't only facilitate superficial connections, it also enhances interpersonal communication. Video calls and instant messaging allow for deeper conversations and connections. During the pandemic, many couples reported that communication tools strengthened their relationships despite physical distance. As we navigate this digital landscape, we wrestle with questions about authenticity versus presentation. How do we ensure that the connections we form are genuine? In our next chapter, we will explore the principles of attraction in the context of emotional intelligence and interpersonal skills. Emotional intelligence, often abbreviated as EI, refers to the ability to understand and manage our own emotions, as well as recognize and influence the emotions of others. This skill plays a pivotal role in attraction and relationship dynamics. Research indicates that individuals with high emotional intelligence are often more attractive to others. According to a study by the University of Queensland, emotional intelligence is linked to better communication, conflict resolution, and empathy, qualities that enhance romantic relationships. Emotional intelligence involves several key components: self-awareness, self-regulation, social awareness, and relationship management. Each of these components contributes to how we navigate attraction. For instance, self-awareness allows individuals to understand their desires and boundaries, which is crucial in maintaining healthy relationships. Self-regulation, on the other hand, ensures that individuals can manage their emotions effectively during romantic interactions. This can prevent impulsive actions that might sabotage budding relationships. For example, someone with high self-regulation might respond calmly to a partner's criticism rather than reacting defensively. Social awareness facilitates empathy, allowing individuals to tune into the emotional states of others. This empathy fosters deeper connections and helps partners feel understood and valued, which enhances attraction. A study in personality and individual differences suggests that empathy is a strong predictor of relationship satisfaction. Finally, relationship management enables individuals to navigate the complexities of romantic bonds. Those who excel in this area can build trust and resolve conflicts amicably, establishing a solid foundation of attraction. As we learn to develop emotional intelligence, we not only enhance our personal relationships but also enrich our overall interaction with the world. In our final chapter, we will look towards the future of attraction and relationships. What emerging trends should we be aware of as we navigate the ever-evolving landscape of love? As we gaze into the future, it is essential to understand how evolving societal standards and technology are shaping attraction and personal relationships. The landscape of dating is consistently influenced by various emerging trends, each leaving its mark on how we connect. One significant trend is the growing acceptance of diverse relationship structures. Polyamory, open relationships, and other non-traditional setups have gained traction, challenging the conventional monogamous ideal. A study conducted by the Kinsey Institute indicates that around 20% of Americans have engaged in consensual non-monogamous relationships, with increasing acceptance among younger generations. Technology continues to play a pivotal role in this transformation. Virtual reality dating and AI companions are at the forefront of modern attraction. Imagine a world where dating involves immersive experiences within virtual environments, allowing individuals to meet and interact in uniquely tailored settings. Moreover, the rise of artificial intelligence in dating apps enhances matchmaking, refining the algorithms to better understand users' preferences and compatibility. As technology becomes more integrated into our social lives, we may inherently change our perceptions of love and attraction. Sustainability and mindfulness in relationships are becoming more significant, with people prioritizing emotional well-being alongside attraction. As reported by a 2022 survey by the American Psychological Association, individuals are increasingly seeking partners who prioritize mental health and emotional stability. The fusion of technology, evolving societal norms, and a focus on emotional health suggests a future in which attraction may become more holistic. While we cannot predict the exact trajectory of romantic relationships, we can prepare ourselves to embrace the changes ahead. In this rapidly changing world, one thing remains constant: the human desire for connection. As we wrap up this exploration of the psychology of attraction, we invite you to reflect on your understanding of relationships and connections. As we conclude our exploration of the psychology of attraction, let's take a moment to reflect on the key insights we've uncovered. Attraction is not merely a magical force, it is deeply rooted in science, psychology, and the dynamics of our human experience. We began by exploring the science behind attraction, delving into how our brain chemistry influences our feelings and connections. The interplay of neurotransmitters like dopamine and oxytocin shapes how we perceive and relate to one another. We discussed the impact of society and culture, emphasizing how norms and standards influence our perceptions of beauty, romance, and attraction. The role of technology has transformed relational dynamics, creating opportunities and challenges that redefine how we connect. We navigated the importance of emotional intelligence, highlighting how self-awareness, empathy, and relationship management enhance attraction and strengthen partnerships. These skills serve as cornerstones for building meaningful and fulfilling relationships. As we look toward the future, the landscape of attraction continues to evolve, offering new opportunities for connection while emphasizing the need for emotional well-being. The trends we've discussed remind us that love is a dynamic process, continually shaped by our environment and understanding. Ultimately, attraction is a multifaceted journey that goes beyond mere physical appearance. It encompasses emotional depth, relational dynamics, and the intricate dance of human connection. As you navigate your experiences with attraction, remember to embrace the complexities, celebrate the connections you form, and strive for personal growth. In this ever-changing world, the desire for love and connection endures. We hope this documentary has illuminated aspects of attraction you may not have considered and inspired you to reflect on your relationships in a new light. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the psychology of attraction. What if the very things that draw us to others are rooted in ancient evolutionary needs? Evolutionary psychology gives us a unique lens through which we can examine attraction. At its core, attraction isn't merely about physical appearance, it's a complex cocktail of genetic signaling, survival instincts, and reproductive strategies. Imagine two early humans facing the wild. One is a strong, charismatic figure, displaying prowess and dominance, attractive traits that signal safety and genetic health. These primal instincts have been deeply embedded in our psyche and manifest in various ways today. Consider the story of Jane and John, two researchers studying the effects of evolutionary psychology on modern dating. Jane's interests lie in understanding how traits such as symmetry and physical fitness affect attraction. In their experiments, they discovered that participants subconsciously rated symmetrical faces as more attractive due to an evolutionary bias towards health and genetic fitness. Interestingly, they noted that these preferences varied slightly based on the participants' hormonal cycles, suggesting an interplay between biology and attraction. In the past, humans sought mates who could provide resources and protection. This means that men might have been more attracted to women who exhibited signs of fertility, such as a youthful appearance, while women might have sought men capable of providing for their offspring. This ancient survival mechanism dramatically influences today's relationship dynamics, but how often do we recognize it in our own desires or choices? Nonetheless, modern society complicates these basic instincts. For instance, individuals often chase after wealth, status, or educational background, which represent security in contemporary contexts. A study led by evolutionary psychologist Dr. David Buss suggests that while fundamental attractiveness traits remain consistent, people increasingly prioritize factors like ambition and social intelligence. But there are pitfalls in relying solely on evolutionary explanations for attraction. Just like the complexities of a modern relationship, attraction cannot be boiled down to mere biology. Cultural influences, personal experiences, and even individual personalities intermingle with our evolutionary past to create a more holistic understanding of attraction. As we delve deeper into the stories of those who consciously break free from evolutionary constraints, like individuals who find love in unconventional places or thriving in non-traditional relationships, we discover that attraction is not just about survival, it's also about connection, intimacy, and understanding. As we continue to explore the nuances of attraction, we must embrace its evolution, both biologically and socially, as it holds the essence of human interactions. This chapter only scratches the surface, and as we progress, we will uncover more layers to human attraction. What other hidden influences shape our connections? Stay tuned, as the world of attraction is far more intricate than it appears at first glance. Have you ever wondered why you are attracted to certain people over others? What if the answer lies not only in biology or culture but also in the values you hold dear? This chapter explores how personal values shape our attraction to others and how they play a pivotal role in relationship success. Values are an integral part of our identity. They guide our decisions, shape our relationships, and influence whom we find attractive. For instance, someone who values ambition may feel drawn to partners who exhibit goal-oriented behavior. Conversely, those who prioritize kindness and empathy may seek partners who embody those traits, leading to different dynamics in relationships. To illustrate this, let's take the story of Mia and Jake. Their relationship exemplifies how differing values can affect attraction. Mia is passionate about social justice and actively participates in community outreach. She finds herself increasingly drawn to people who share similar charitable interests, while Jake, who values financial security above all else, struggles to appreciate Mia's activism as he finds it impractical. Their differing values not only create tension but also affect their attraction toward each other. Each time they argue, Mia's passion appears to repel Jake, leading him to seek comfort elsewhere, while Mia feels misunderstood and uncared for. Research has shown that shared values increase the chances of relationship success. A study from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology discovered that couples with aligned priorities are significantly more satisfied and stay together longer. For instance, a couple who cherishes family connections is twice as likely to remain together than those whose values clash. However, attraction can be complicated by the phenomenon of the value mismatch. This occurs when partners initially find each other's contrasting values intriguing but later discover those differences lead to friction in daily life. As relationships grow deeper, initial attraction based on differences can diminish, leading to disconnect. A perfect example is the story of Chris and Alex, who met in college. Their initial chemistry was electric. Chris admired Alex's adventurous spirit while Alex was captivated by Chris's practicality. Yet, as they navigated post-college life, their opposing value systems created misunderstandings that chipped away at their bond. So how can we navigate these complexities? Self-awareness is key. Understanding our own values, as well as recognizing the values of the people we are attracted to, can lead to healthier choices and deeper connections. Reflecting on questions such as, what do I stand for, and what traits do I admire in others, can illuminate the qualities that truly matter to us. Finally, the challenge lies in embracing the fluid nature of our values. As we grow and evolve, so do our priorities and desires. Attractiveness may shift, leading us to seek different traits in partners over time. Relationships built on mutual understanding of evolving values can foster deeper connections and lasting attraction. Recognizing that our values shape our attraction to others unlocks a new layer of complexity in the intricacies of human relationships. As we progress to our next chapter, we'll explore another fascinating component that influences attraction and connection. Imagine a world where laughter becomes the bridge that connects two souls. Whether it's a playful joke or a shared laugh, humor has a powerful and often underestimated role in attraction. This chapter delves into the psychology of humor and examines how it fundamentally shapes our connections with others. Attraction often starts with shared moments of joy. Laughter creates bonds, ignites feelings of intimacy, and eases tension. Research has shown that humor can be a signal of intelligence, creativity, and social competency, which are all attractive traits. In a fascinating study published in the journal Personality and Individual Differences, researchers found that individuals perceive humor as a strength in potential partners. They suggest that a good sense of humor can serve as an indicator of genetic fitness, which speaks to our ingrained evolutionary instincts. Consider the story of Sarah and Michael. They met at a noisy bar, and their initial conversation was filled with laughter as they exchanged clever banter. Sarah recalls that their connection wasn't just physical, it was the way Michael made her laugh that sparked her interest. Humor became the environment where both felt free to be themselves, allowing their personalities to shine without pressure. The laughter they shared solidified their bond and made them feel in sync, a powerful state that tends to enhance attraction. However, not all humor works the same way. Different styles of humor can create different dynamics in attraction. Research by Dr. Jeffrey Miller suggests that while self-deprecating humor can increase likability, it can also lead to perceived lack of self-confidence if overdone. Similarly, sarcastic or cynical humor might draw certain individuals closer, but it could alienate others. In their relationship, Sarah and Michael found a beautiful balance, playful teasing without crossing into cruelty. This highlights the importance of compatibility in humor styles. A couple's comedic chemistry can mirror their emotional compatibility. Take, for instance, the famous duo Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi, admired for their witty banter and ability to share laughter from the moment they met. What's essential is that humor can create memories and shared experiences that strengthen the bond over time. As we examine the role of humor in attraction, it becomes clear that it's about more than just making each other laugh. It's a form of communication that fosters emotional intimacy, allowing partners to feel understood and connected. Furthermore, laughter releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, enhancing feelings of trust and attachment. Relationships where humor is present are often more resilient. Couples equipped with humor can navigate challenges more effectively. Yet, humor is not always straightforward. Misalignments in comedic preferences can lead to misunderstandings. Someone who enjoys dark humor may clash with a partner who prefers lighthearted jokes. It's essential to explore how humor influences our relationships while being mindful of differences. As we continue to explore the depths of attraction, we uncover more nuances to understand how humor shapes our connections. It's a vital component that can enhance our relationships and foster lasting bonds. Will laughter indeed prove to be the best medicine for attraction? Stick around as our journey through the psychology of attraction continues, revealing more fascinating insights into the human experience. When we talk about attraction, one of the first things that come to mind is physical appearance. From the moment we lay eyes on someone, our brains begin to assess their physical attributes almost instantaneously. It's a process called visual processing, one that happens in a fraction of a second, but can have long-lasting implications on our feelings of attraction. Research shows that we often equate physical beauty with positive traits like intelligence, kindness, and success. This is known as the halo effect. In numerous studies, attractive people tend to receive more help and have better social relationships than those who are perceived as less attractive. But just how much does physical appearance influence attraction? A fascinating experiment conducted by psychologists found that individuals who were rated highly attractive were more likely to be trusted and liked, regardless of their actual abilities. This suggests that our initial attraction to someone can cloud our judgment about their true character. However, attraction is more than skin deep. While physical appearance plays a role, it interacts with other factors, such as personality traits and social dynamics. For example, someone might not fit traditional standards of beauty, but their charisma and confidence could make them irresistibly attractive nonetheless. Consider the story of a young woman named Sarah. Despite being labeled average by societal standards, her unique style and vibrant personality drew people to her in droves. She cultivated a presence that commanded attention, proving that confidence can often outshine conventional beauty. Studies have also shown that our preferences for physical traits can change over time and can be influenced by societal trends. In earlier decades, curvy body types were celebrated, while the modern era often glorifies slim figures. This transient nature of beauty standards shows how cultural influences can shift personal attraction parameters. Now, let's consider how these perceptions affect us personally. When someone is physically attractive, we often project our fantasies and desires onto them, believing they embody everything we want and need. However, when the relationship progresses, we might find that the reality doesn't match our initial perceptions. This disillusionment can be damaging and invokes the question, do we love the person or the idea we created in our minds? The story of Jack and Emily, who met in college, exemplifies this point. Jack was infatuated by Emily's looks but later found that her views and personality clashed with his. Their relationship ended painfully, leading Jack to reflect on the difference between physical attraction and emotional compatibility. Ultimately, while physical appearance undeniably plays a role in attraction, it is not the sole factor. Personality, confidence, and emotional connection also play critical roles. So, how do we balance these elements in our pursuit of attraction? It becomes essential to look beyond the surface and cultivate deeper connections based on shared values and understanding. In conclusion, the impact of physical appearance on attraction is multifaceted. It can propel us towards someone or create false beliefs about a person's character. As we navigate our romantic pursuits, remembering this balance can lead to healthier and more fulfilling connections. What will you choose to value more, the surface or the substance? Have you ever found yourself drawn to someone because they seem just like you? You're not alone. The role of similarity in attraction is often overlooked, yet it plays a crucial part in forming and sustaining relationships. Research in social psychology indicates that we are attracted to people who share similar interests, beliefs, and backgrounds. This phenomenon is known as the similarity attraction hypothesis. This attraction can manifest in various forms, such as shared hobbies, values, or even humor. A study by the University of Kansas found that couples who share similar interests and personalities report higher levels of satisfaction and commitment. Consider the case of Lisa and Mark, who bonded over their shared love for hiking. Starting as friends, their appreciation for nature created a foundation for a deeper emotional connection. Their relationship blossomed because they not only enjoyed each other's company but also encouraged each other's passions. They grew together, exploring the world and deepening their bond through shared experiences. But why do we gravitate towards those who mirror our preferences? Psychologically, similarity fosters comfort and understanding. When someone shares your beliefs or hobbies, it validates your identity and creates a sense of belonging. Moreover, similar people provide us with a reference point for our own behavior. We see ourselves in them, which can lead to higher levels of empathy and connection. For instance, identical twins often have close relationships not just due to genetics but also because they inherently understand each other's experiences and perceptions. However, it's essential to note that too much similarity can yield relationship stagnation. Relationships can become dull if partners aren't challenged or exposed to new perspectives. There's an argument for balance. While it's critical to have common ground, differences can stimulate growth and keep the relationship dynamic. Let's reflect on Jack and Anna, who started dating after finding they both loved classic literature. Initially, their conversation sparked curiosity and excitement, but over time, they realized they had little else in common. While they cherished their shared reading material, they lost interest in exploring life outside that topic. The importance of similarity also extends to broader social and cultural contexts. Research indicates that people often feel more connected to those from their cultural backgrounds or who share similar life experiences. This is particularly relevant in minority communities where cultural understanding and shared challenges can foster deep bonds. In romantic relationships, the balance between similarity and difference can be tricky. Many couples find that while they connect over shared interests, they also grow by embracing what makes them unique, creating a more robust partnership. In conclusion, the role of similarity in attraction is multi-layered, providing comfort and validation. Yet, navigating the balance of similarities and differences is crucial for a healthy, dynamic relationship. As we seek connections, we must ask ourselves, are we surrounding ourselves with reflections or are we embracing diversity in our romantic pursuits? When it comes to attraction, we typically think about looks, body language, and personality. But one aspect that is often ignored is communication style. The way we communicate, our tone, choice of words, and even our listening skills, can significantly impact how we perceive and are perceived by others. Communication styles can draw us closer or push us away from potential partners. Researchers have identified several patterns, such as assertiveness, passiveness, and aggressiveness. People who adopt an assertive communication style are often perceived as confident and appealing. Take the story of Emma and Tom. From their first conversation, Emma was struck by Tom's articulate and engaging way of expressing his thoughts. She found his assertiveness attractive, as it conveyed strength and confidence. Their subsequent interactions were filled with laughter and meaningful conversations, creating a strong bond. However, not all communication styles are appealing. A passive or overly aggressive communicator can come across as insecure or domineering. For example, consider Sarah, who often found herself drawn to passive individuals in her early dating days. However, after repeated disappointments, she realized that their inability to express needs led to misunderstandings and frustration. On the flip side, she also encountered partners whose aggressive communication made her feel belittled and uncomfortable. This brings us to the pivotal role of active listening in attraction. An attentive listener creates a space for vulnerability and connection. Studies show that individuals who demonstrate active listening, through nodding, summarizing, and asking follow-up questions, tend to build stronger emotional connections. Consider the influence of nonverbal communication. Body language and eye contact can amplify the effectiveness of verbal communication. For example, making consistent eye contact during a conversation conveys confidence and interest. Conversely, avoiding eye contact can create distance, leading to misinterpretations or a sense of disinterest. Culturally, communication styles vary widely. Some cultures value directness, while others prefer indirect communication. Understanding these differences is vital in navigating attractions, especially in diverse societies. For instance, the way an individual from a high-context culture may express emotions can be profoundly different from someone raised in a low-context culture. The dynamics of communication are essential not only during initial attraction but throughout the relationship. As partners learn to communicate effectively, they can deepen their understanding, resolve conflicts, and strengthen their bond. However, neglecting communication can create rifts, leading to misinterpretation and resentment. In conclusion, the impact of communication styles on attraction is profound. Positive and effective communication fosters connection, while poor communication can lead to misunderstandings and distance. As we navigate our relationships, let's consider, how can we refine our communication to enhance attraction and deepen connections? Attraction is a complex interplay of feelings, emotions, and biological impulses. Yet, at the core of many attraction experiences, lies an often overlooked factor: our attachment styles. The theory of attachment, developed by psychologist John Bowlby, suggests that our early relationships with caregivers shape how we connect with others as adults. This chapter delves deep into how these attachment styles influence whom we are attracted to and how successful those relationships can be. A secure attachment style, often developed through positive early experiences, leads individuals to feel comfortable with intimacy and interdependence. These individuals are likely to attract similarly secure partners, fostering healthy relationships built on trust. Conversely, those with an anxious attachment style may find themselves drawn to partners who are erratic or emotionally unavailable, creating a cycle of discontent and longing. For instance, consider the story of Sarah, a woman in her late 20s who found herself repeatedly falling for the wrong type of man. Each relationship ended in heartbreak, often rooted in her partner's emotional unavailability. Through counseling, Sarah learned about her anxious attachment style and began recognizing the patterns in her choices. She realized that her need for reassurance often drove her to pursue partners who couldn't provide stability. Research supports this notion. Studies have shown that people with secure attachments tend to have healthier, more satisfying relationships. In one study, 350 participants reported their attachment styles and relationship satisfaction. Those identifying as securely attached reported significantly higher satisfaction levels compared to those with anxious or avoidant styles, highlighting the role attachment plays in attraction and compatibility. Moreover, avoiding relationships due to fear of intimacy can lead to a loneliness that paradoxically intensifies the desire for connection. For example, a man in his 30s with an avoidant attachment style might prioritize work over friendships or romantic pursuits, only to find himself feeling unfulfilled and yearning for a deeper connection. This chapter illustrates how attachment styles are not just psychological labels but influential forces shaping our attraction behaviors. Recognizing our attachment patterns can empower us to break the cycle of attraction to unhealthy partners and instead seek out those who can forge meaningful, lasting connections. As we move to the next chapter, we will explore how cultural influences further complicate these dynamics of attraction, driving us toward what we believe we should desire rather than what is genuinely compatible. As we navigate the intricate web of attraction, one cannot ignore the pivotal role played by personality traits. Psychologists have identified 5 major personality traits known as the Big Five: openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. Each trait holds unique weights in determining who we are attracted to and who is attracted to us. Extroversion, for instance, typically attracts people who appreciate confidence and social engagement. Take the case of Mark, a gregarious marketing executive. His outgoing nature often draws people to him, yet his high levels of extroversion can sometimes overshadow deeper connections. Conversely, introverts tend to gravitate towards those who appreciate depth over breadth in relationships. Caroline, an artist, found that her best relationships were with people who shared her contemplative nature, allowing her to get lost in creative discussions rather than shallow small talk. Research indicates that people often prefer partners whose personalities complement their own. In one study, researchers found that couples with differing levels of extroversion and agreeableness reported higher satisfaction, as these differences brought contrasting strengths to the relationship. This suggests that attraction isn't merely about finding someone similar, it can also be about finding balance. Agreeableness, characterized by kindness and cooperativeness, often plays a crucial role in long-term relationships. A couple might find that the more agreeable partner provides emotional support, while the less agreeable partner can challenge norms, bringing excitement. However, the delicate balance must be managed. Overly agreeable partners might suppress their needs to maintain harmony, leading to resentment over time. Consider the story of Emma and Jake. Emma, an agreeable person, often put Jake's needs over her own, leading to feelings of neglect. Through open communication, they began to address their personality differences. Jake started to recognize Emma's need for validation and actively supported her dreams, while Emma learned to assert her own boundaries. Together, they exemplified how understanding personality traits can enhance attraction and deepen emotional intimacy. Moreover, neuroticism can complicate the dynamics of attraction. Individuals high in neuroticism tend to experience emotional instability, which can affect relationship satisfaction. A study found that partners displaying higher levels of neuroticism reported increased relationship dissatisfaction. In contrast, those with lower levels of neuroticism found it easier to maintain stable and fulfilling relationships. As we move forward in our exploration of attraction, this chapter serves as a reminder of the rich tapestry woven by personality traits in shaping who we find attractive and how we connect with them. The subsequent chapter will unravel how external factors like style and appearance further amplify the elements of attraction, adding layers to our understanding of human connection. As we delve deeper into the psychology of attraction, one vital concept rises to the surface: emotional availability. Emotional availability refers to the capacity of an individual to be open and responsive to emotions, both their own and those of others. When it comes to attraction, being emotionally available is often a prerequisite for forming deep and lasting connections. Imagine a scenario where two individuals meet at a coffee shop. One, Alex, is emotionally available, having done the personal work necessary to engage openly and genuinely. The other, Sam, is emotionally distant, still grappling with past relationships and unable to connect meaningfully. The initial attraction between them might be evident, but without emotional availability, that spark is likely to fizzle out quickly. Numerous studies have shown that emotional intelligence, marking one's ability to understand and manage emotions, correlates strongly with emotional availability. A research conducted by psychologist Daniel Goleman revealed that emotionally intelligent individuals not only attract partners but also maintain healthier and more fulfilling relationships. Emotional availability encourages vulnerability. It allows partners to share their fears, hopes, and dreams, nurturing attraction and intimacy. Consider the story of Jenna, a young professional who struggled with commitment. Each time she found a potential partner, her emotional walls would rise. It wasn't until she addressed her past traumas through therapy that she became more emotionally available. Post-therapy, when she met Ethan, the relationship blossomed rapidly, the connection deepening as they shared their vulnerabilities. However, it's essential to recognize that emotional availability varies across individuals and situations. Someone might be genuinely available in a platonic sense but struggle with romantic connections due to fear of rejection or previous heartbreak. This discrepancy can often create confusion in attraction dynamics, leading to misinterpretations of interest and intention. Moreover, cultivating emotional availability requires effort. It's about creating an emotional environment where both partners feel safe. For instance, communication becomes paramount. Encouraging open dialogues about feelings helps establish trust. Studies suggest that couples who practice regular emotional check-ins report higher relationship satisfaction and stronger bonds. As we wrap up this chapter, we reveal that emotional availability is not merely a trait but a choice. By choosing to remain open and responsive, we craft pathways toward attracting meaningful relationships. Up next, we will explore how the interplay of desire and personal values further shapes the psychology of attraction. Flirting is often the unspoken dance of attraction, a mysterious art that initiates romantic connections and sets the stage for deeper relationships. At first glance, flirting seems simple. A smile, a glance, maybe a playful touch. But delve deeper, and you find a complex web of nonverbal signals that play a crucial role in how attraction develops. Studies have shown that a significant portion of communication, up to 90%, is nonverbal, meaning that what we say is often overshadowed by how we say it. According to research conducted at the University of Kansas, it was found that physical attractiveness, body language, and eye contact are pivotal in forming initial impressions of attraction. For instance, prolonged eye contact can signal interest and trustworthiness, while subtle gestures, like leaning in closer during conversation, can create intimacy. A perfect example can be observed in the world of speed dating, where participants only have a limited time to impress one another. Studies have indicated that participants make judgments of attraction within mere seconds of meeting. This phenomenon is known as the halo effect, where one positive trait, such as physical appearance, creates a favorable impression of other qualities as well. This effect can lead to an overestimation of someone's personality traits based on their looks alone. Beyond the immediate visual cues, flirting techniques vary significantly across cultures. In some cultures, boldness and directness are welcomed, while in others, subtlety and restraint are preferred. In Japan, for example, flirting may involve less direct eye contact and more indirect communication methods, such as compliments